And we are live. What is up, everyone? Welcome on in. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's doing well. Coburn with the first. How is everyone? And yeah, more Ace Attorney tonight. So I started a little earlier, maybe 10 minutes earlier, but not that it matters. Yeah, we're gonna continue this. Hopefully we can get through as much of the case as possible, because I know like later cases in this series are like long, like really long. So yeah, hopefully we can get through this game. So there's maybe a case and 2/3 left in the next 2 weeks, because yeah, Civ is coming out early February and I don't want to miss out on that. All right, really have nothing much to say. Let's just get into it. Yeah, let's continue investigating the storeroom. Okay, there's already a screenshot. I'm kind of half spoiled already, so yeah, let's do this. All right, hope everyone's doing well. I just need to like check if my audio's okay. All right, like stream replay seems to be okay. Question mark? Okay, looks okay in all aspects. Good to see me again. Yeah, good to see you as well, Coburn. Hope everything's well. And yeah. All right, April 5th, 7:06 p.m. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. It's dark as a grave down here. Can't see the nose in front of my ruffishly handsome face. Watch your step, Emma. Ouch! I hit my head on something. Make your way down slowly, Kay. I don't want you to slip. Oh, yes, Mr. Edgeworth. There's gotta be a light switch here somewhere. Ah, bingo! This is... So the hidden 51st floor really is being used as a storeroom. We'll need to take a careful look over all these items. Big building pamphlet data updated in my organizer. Alright. Storeroom, nice. Alright. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, you promised me an explanation or three. I did indeed. Where to even start? Wow, a lot's been happening, huh? What a case. It's not supposed to fill you with excitement, Emma. Seems you've gotten yourself into a real pickle, Mr. Prosecutor Attorney. I'm not an attorney or a prosecutor anymore. Well, whatever you are, I think it's time for science to lend a helping hand. Yes, science! Don't worry, I brought my entire kit with me. Are we gonna do luminol testing again and like the fingerprint thing? Well, if you're sure. Are you kidding? I live for moments like this. Here, let's make this all official. Good working with you again, Mr. Edgeworth. And you, Miss Sky. And then there were 4. Right, everyone? Let's get to work. I want to know where that elevator goes. Looks like it goes down? It's something we'll certainly want to investigate further, but we should look around up here first. Aye aye, Captain. Let me know if you find anything juicy. I'll keep trying to see what I can remember. I'll let you know if anything comes to mind. Thank you, Kay. Emma? Ready, willing, and able to investigate, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, then let's begin. Begin investigation. 51st floor storeroom. Alright, there's a lot of things. There's like masks of the Steel Samurai. There's like tapes, a box. There's a tiki statue. There's like a briefcase. There's a suitcase from like that flight attendant. Oh wait, holy crap! This is like the monkey head from what they call that? That's the monkey head from a previous game, a previous case. There's money. Alright. It's kinda creepy, all these masks lined up here in the dark. Not a fan of horror movies, I take it. No way, that stuff's so unscientific. I think he mispronounced terrifying. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. These are all Steel Samurai masks. These are all case files from various murders. Wait, what? What? But why would they be in here? They should be safely under lock and key at the courthouse or the prosecutor's office. Which would suggest that somebody removed them without permission. Something very suspicious is going on here. We need to find out more. I wanted to like know what the 2200 is. It's the Steel Samurai and the Nickel Samurai. The Nickel Samurai always seems kinda pleased with himself to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not just about being skinny and cool, you know? There's more to it than that. I'm Team Steel all the way. You've just gone up in my estimation, Emma. She's the only heroine the Steel Samurai needs. You can say that again. I love the Pink Princess. You watch shows like that, Emma? Of course, you love them too, right? Well, I don't really know all that much about them, but sure. Really? Because I saw the Steel Samurai figure in your office, so I thought... I can't believe even Emma's seen it. Wasn't that like given by Old Bag? That mask. That's Global Hero Onyan Kopon. And why is that so shocking? You really don't know? Everything about the show is secret. When it's on TV, who makes it? So the merchandise is super rare. It sounds to me like whoever made it may have simply gone out of business. That's Captain Saipan. He's super popular overseas. Everybody loves dressing up like him. Kids, adults, you name it. I found the flower in his head a little excessive myself. What TV show are these from? I don't know a whole lot about it, but I believe it's called The Students of Starry School. It's about an elementary school where the students are all superheroes. So their masks are modeled on sports safety helmets or something, right? And maybe the number of islets tells you their student ID number. So the one on the left would be number 1 and the right is number 2. I suppose that could be it, yes. And that would mean a ton of slits for the kids with the highest ID numbers. I have to admit being a little intrigued by this show now. Oh, I can't examine the tiki. Can't examine the blue badger, like, things. There's a selection of masks arranged on the rack here. There's even a Steel Samurai. And what an impressively authentic likeness it is too. The scientist in me is sensing something strange though, a lack of consistency, you know? In the sense that the characters represented here feel a little haphazard somehow, I don't disagree. There's even an empty space here. Yeah, just an empty hook right in the middle. Is somebody using that one perhaps? Okay, let's talk to you, Emma. Ask me anything, I'm all ears. I can't believe they suspect poor Kay. It's outrageous. Couldn't agree more. But the best thing we can do right now is to stay calm and look for clues. Except, I've been scientifically processing the situation and I think I've come up with a better idea. Maybe we could administer some carefully targeted electric shocks directly to Kay's brain. What do you say? Might be just the thing to bring her memory back online. That sounds more than a little risky. It sounds incredibly risky, in fact. Personally, I'm still on the opinion that searching this room for clues is the better option. Really, but a little risk is what science is all about. Yes, a little being the operative phrase. I'm back for a little while to interpret for my professor, but I'm still mostly based in Europe. Gotta keep studying until I'm the finest forensic investigator under the sun. I'm very glad to hear you say that. Dedication to one's chosen field is a student's greatest responsibility. It sure is, but I don't just want to get ahead academically. I've been trying hard at sports too. Especially that one event they have at school athletics meets. You know the one? There are quite a few to choose from. It's huge over there. And unlike here, it's considered a real hardcore sports for adults. That's right, I'm talking about Glasses Battles. Who hasn't heard of those, right? Me, never. Not even once. Glasses Battle, there's like an achievement for that, really. Okay, how about this mannequin? These are... What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? If I'm not mistaken, several of the items on display here are pieces of evidence from old cases of mine. But what are they doing here? What? Maybe this is where the committee stores stuff it's looking into. It can't be. Evidence like this is stored at the police department. They don't keep stuff at the prosecutor's office too? When a case is ongoing, yes, but once the last trial has finished up, it's supposed to go right back to the precinct. Unless there's a very good reason for it to go elsewhere. And yet, here it all is. There's no point in trying to figure out why the why is right now. I should take a closer look at it all. They all have labels. Labels with numbers printed on them. Exhibit numbers, maybe? You said they were all pieces of evidence, right? Yes, but judging by how the numbers are written and by the items themselves, I'd guess these are prices. Oh. The evidence also has prices attached, high price tags. Prices? I would have never guessed that. Wait, but none of this stuff could be worth that much money, could it? These prices are very high indeed. It's no wonder she's surprised. I must examine all of these in detail. A mannequin, huh? Wait, I know. All thanks to my powers of scientific deduction, of course. It's evidence from an old case of yours, right? Not this time. I've never seen it before in my life. Doesn't seem to fit with the other items in the room either. For one thing, it doesn't have a price tag. So why is it here? Okay, let's start with this. That's odd. This is the only spot with nothing on it. But it still has one of those signs in front of it. Indeed, and look, there's an outline in the dust on top of the cloth. I'd say something was probably sitting there until quite recently, wouldn't you? You know what? I think you may be right. But, I'm drawing a blank and trying to imagine what. Well, I might have an idea, a star-shaped outline. Yo, Annihilal, what's up? Don't they have a piece of evidence that might well be connected? Okay, wait, I think I remember what. It's the candelabra. But let's examine first. Oh, we can't examine the blue badger. Ah, isn't he a cutie? Look at his fluffy little guy. That's the stuffed animal we found at Gerd Lake. That's from the first case. Just woke up. Well, good morning to you, Nylel. Hope you are having a wonderful day. An awesome day. He should be in the possession of the prosecutor in charge of the case. So how did he wind up here? Oh, but look, he's missing his left horn. He is, but he never had it in the first place. At least not as far as we ever saw. Defective merchandise, huh? Then we need to contact the manufacturer. I demand a recall. 240 looks up the murder weapon, it does. I'm gonna put the murder weapon there later. I just want to investigate the entire scene. Now that I come to think of it, why would anyone give the president a broken toy to begin with? Oh, broken plushie. Stuffed animal we originally found in the Zangfa presidential plane, missing its left horn. So this storeroom is actually more of a stockroom? Would seem so, as much as it pains me to consider such a thing. What kind of person sells off evidence from serious criminal cases? And who too? Who would even want to pay for all this stuff? Somebody, clearly. The price tags are proof of that. Wow. People will really collect anything, huh? Fascinating. That's a cute little doll. Looks kinda like the Steel Samurai. It's actually the Iron Infant, son of the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess. He was born burdened with the knowledge that he too would one day be called upon to fight for justice. I can't imagine the pressure that must have put him under, more than most people could bear. Yes, he's young, but you can sense it nonetheless. certain tragic refinement. Edgeworth, Mr. Edgeworth, are you even listening to me? Oh, of course. A bottle of ink and a lantern, both pieces of evidence from a previous case of mine. But why? What's all this stuff that's related to you doing here? It's not as if any of it was in my possession for any length of time, the duration of the case and no longer. Perhaps this is all nothing but a coincidence. And it's a coincidence that my controller's like acting up again. Seriously? A coincidence? I never thought I'd hear those words coming out of your mouth. You must always face up to the facts of a situation, however strange they may be. Isn't that what scientists believe too? Oh, you want to talk about what scientists believe? Settle in, this may take a while. A while, I'm sorry. Oh, I can't examine the case. The thingamajig. Alright. So I think here we need to put candelabra.
Eureka!
The outline in the dust matches the bottom of the candelabrum exactly. I'd say there's a very strong chance that this is where our murderer took it from. Which would mean the candelabrum was evidence from another case. It certainly seems likely, but that's not our concern right now. The key thing to note is that the murder weapon was taken from the storeroom. Oh, there's one more that we need to investigate here. Scientifically speaking, I'd say this looks like some kind of wooden icebox. Yeah, the chains are probably to stop the cold air from escaping. I don't mean to contradict you, Emma, but isn't this just a box for storing clothes in? The wood is imbued with a natural repellent that keeps moths away. Oh, yeah, sure. Guess you could look at it that way too. And keeping your clothes chilled would be nice for the summer, right? Still not prepared to let go of that particular part of your hypothesis, I see. This statue. What is it? Got some new data for me? Not exactly. It's just something from a case I worked on, a piece of evidence. I believe it's called the Alfred statue, and there were two of them, a real one and a fake. Whichever one this is, it shouldn't be here of all places. An old case, huh? Guess you have worked on a bunch of different... Gotcha! Oh my god, it's Sloth the Heart! Caught in the hack, red dang-handed, gillier than tomcat covered in cream. Ah! My eyes. Stop that at once. Ain't no stopping my snapping, not till I got every dang detail and then some. Y'all think I'm about to let a bunch of dirty criminals go before I got shot? Think again. Yo, Luigi YT, what's up? Welcome on in. Timestamps. I need to like show my timestamps in YouTube. Sorry, just give me a sec. We're not criminals. It's the April-May theme. Yeah, sure. Pull the other one. It's got bells on. This your camera's a weapon of all justice. It ain't about to be hornswoggled by your cheap denials. Oh, it's you. Huh? Why you're that low-down dirty jerk of a prosecutor, ain't you? Who are you calling a low-down dirty jerk? This is Sloth the Heart, a photojournalist by trade. We've crossed paths on a few occasions, especially on that one particular case. She's hard to forget and even harder to get a word in edgewise with. Quit making that face, will ya? That's the face of a no-good schemer if I ever saw one. Seems I didn't leave the best of impressions on her either. Well, it's payback time, Mr. Schemer. You ought to be thankful all I want from you is a couple of pictures. But we're just here to investigate. Sure you are. If by investigate, you mean pull the wool over a lot of smile-wide eyes. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I thought you might listen to me. It didn't hurt to try, I guess, but we're probably better off leaving her alone for now. You said the statue was a piece of evidence from an old case of yours, right? It's pretty weird looking, I have to say. It's known as the Alfred statue. The what? The Alfred statue. But it says here that it's called the Alfred statue. Alfred. What are you muttering about? Oh, nothing. Let's carry on looking around, shall we? Okay, let's talk to Lotta here. So, what are y'all doing snooping around a fishy old place like this anyhow? I think it is us who should be asking you that. Me? I'm in it for the truth, for the good of society, and for little old me, of course. I'm what you might call a photographer for the people. Snapping here, snapping there, snapping every danged where. I'll just leave you to it then. We can talk once you've gotten it out of your system later. Bunch of trophies and... Ooh, look! Somebody's left a walkie-talkie here. It looks to me it was put on there deliberately. Rather like it's on display, to be honest. Hey, there are batteries in here too. It could be useful. Let's take it with us. Nobody will mind if you use it for a little while, will they? I can take it to the police station afterward. Someone's starting to sound like a certain great thief. Whoa, that's one heck of a desk. I wonder who it belonged to. There are 4 male figures acting as legs holding up the tabletop in the center. It's hideously cringy. And it doesn't even have the good decency to be camp enough to loop back around. Is this from one of your old cases too, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I can't think of anyone related to any of my investigations with such ostentatiously awful taste. At least I don't think there was. Oh, holy crap, I remember where this was from. Piles of banknotes just left out for all to see. A little tasteless, wouldn't you say? No way! These are all $100 bills. That's a fortune right there. How many years would it take for you to make that much money, Mr. Edgeworth? Please, Emma, I don't even want to think about it. What is that giant head thing? It's the head of the great Mrs. Monkey. I remember the case well, but how did they even get it up here? Huh? Mrs. Monkey? That doesn't sound right. Are you sure you didn't get the name wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Or misremembered it somehow? Don't be ridiculous. As if I'd ever make such a mistake. There's this suitcase here. Why can't I, investigate that? Okay, Kay, what's up? Okay. Oh wait, I can't talk to you anymore. Okay. Oh boy, this whole experience is enough to boggle a guy's mind. Mysterious storerooms, damsels in distress. It's got a lot. Could you at least try to take things a little more seriously, Fender? Heh, I can try. No, but seriously, I'm as keen to help Kay out as you are. She's safe with me. You go do your thing. It's not Kate I'm worried about, it's you. Wow, this is some sturdy construction. Thick floor plates, sturdy supports. At a rough estimate, it could hold 50 of you easily, Mr. Edgeworth. Except for the fact that it's nowhere big enough. You say that, but pack yourselves in tight enough and I think you might just do it. I really don't think so. And anyway, we have more important things to be investigating. We can theorize about the elevator once we're done. Maybe you're right. Fine, 45 Mr. Edgeworths. 48 tops. Alright, anything else? Okay, we're not done with this one yet. I don't believe there's any more to be found here, but it says that I'm not yet done investigating. It says I'm done here. It's weird. It says I'm done, but it says I'm not. Okay, you know what? I also noticed that we have a mask here. So what if... Can we deduce that...
Eureka!
The Mask was taken here. Kay was carrying a Jammin Ninja mask when she was found, but it looks like it might have originally come from this hook. Scientifically speaking, that doesn't seem like a crazy hypothesis, which would mean that Kay was really here? As you put it, not a crazy hypothesis, but why? Did she come to steal something maybe? There's all kinds of stuff here. Gosh, she's a great thief who steals the truth, I suppose. No, I think it's too early to jump to any conclusions. Okay, Alright, so I think we can deduce now that price tags and lots of money. We've seen items of old evidence marked with price tags along with huge piles of cash. I think it's pretty clear that somebody has been running an illicit trade in judicial goods. Shady deals on a hidden 51st floor? This is big. It has to be, right? I think it might be, but we'll need to investigate a little further yet. We need to find out more about what's going on here. If only there was an eyewitness we could interview. An eyewitness, huh? Why exactly are you here, Miss Hart? Me? I told ya, I'm in it for the truth, for the good of society, and for little old me, of course. I'm a photographer for the people. For the people? If you won't tell me the real reason you're here, perhaps I can hazard a guess. Somebody was carrying out an illicit police evidence trafficking scheme here in the storeroom. Miles was the prosecutor during Phoenix cases. On some of them he was. Ooh, so she's after a juicy story, makes sense. Well, how did y'all figure that out? Guess it means I don't have to tippy-toe around it anymore now. One of my sources told me on the down low about an underground auction. What? So all these items here were sold to the highest bidder. Folks were slinging money around like it was going out of fashion. Had to come see for myself, of course. Got eyes on my subject, you know. Should have heard the tales my contact was telling. Taller than 2 trees or so, I thought at first. Anyhow, wasn't about to write it up based on hearsay alone. So yesterday, I snuck in, slunk behind this here statue, and settled into it. Bidding started late at night and carried right on through to the break of dawn. So the auction and the murder happened on the same night. Coincidence? The reveals in a secret storeroom. Talk about a story. Was there anything else on sale apart from the items of evidence in this room? Sure, there was regular old stuff too. Shady artworks from who knows where, that kind of thing. In what way are shady artworks regular exactly? But the evidence was the big draw for sure. Reckon they were selling them faster than the crooks could smuggle them out the cop and prosecutor shops. And I'll bet you got your pictures of the whole thing right, Miss Hart? Well, you see, the main event was down below. I had to try and see what I could from up here. Having been up here since yesterday, I assume you witnessed the entire auction from start to finish then. It was an underground affair, like I said, so folks wasn't exactly giving much away. All of them customers came down one at a time from up on the roof there. Threw on masks just as soon as they got down the ladder. And that ain't all. They had voice changer doodads in them, see? Teeny tiny ones, dinkier than the bugs behind. So it's so you couldn't see their real faces and you couldn't hear their real voices. Surreptitious all as heck. Surreptitious, yeah. Surreptitious as all heck. You mean surreptitious, right? I surely do. Sweet, sweet surreptitude. Also not a word. Anywho, once they had their gear on, they went right on downstairs. And then in came the next one. When it came time to leave, they all done the same but in reverse. Up they came again, one by one by one. Masks back on the hook, up the ladder and away. Whoa, that's a serious operation. Masks data jotted down in my organizer. Alright, And how many participants were there? 11 altogether. I counted them when they came down the ladder. Alright, auction entry and exit. Participants entered the storeroom one by one from the roof. They also left one by one through the storeroom and up to the roof. I didn't just hide behind a stupid statue the whole time, you know. You didn't? Then where were you? Well, when I first got here, you know what? That ain't important right now. So you were hiding behind the statue from the very beginning. Anywho, I watched all of them folks come in from my spine spot there in the shadows. I see. So you were watching from behind the statue. They used that there elevator to get down below. And once they was all down there, I snuck up and took me a peek at what's going on. You mean the elevator remained in the room beneath? Nah, they sent it back up. There's a little peeky hole if you want to know where to look. Elevator don't quite sit flush with the floor, you see. And if you bend down and squint just right, you can see the whole shebang. Did you catch sight of who was in charge? Alright, sure, I guess I did. Ain't half so good a story if you don't get a glimpse of the evil ringleader after all. I wonder who this ringleader is. I'll have to ask her some more. You mentioned a ringleader. Can you tell me any more about them? Y'all should know I came here to get me an exclusive. And an exclusive ain't much dang good if you done spilled the beans already. I see. So you don't actually know anything about them. You think that's why she won't give us an answer? Makes sense, I guess. You got me. Couldn't see if it was a man or a woman, a kid or an old-timer. Nothing. What were they wearing? Could you see that at least? Sure. White jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower in their lapel. Them three things is what I remember. But what's good a description of the outfit if I don't got a clue who was wearing it? So this ringleader disguised their identity too, just like everybody else. Yes, sirree. Mask, voice changer, the whole 9 yards. They were wearing one of the masks. Which one? Let me see. Oh yeah, this guy. Zurvan. Zurvan? What kind of name is that? Seriously, Mr. Edgeworth, you've never heard of Zurvan? He's global hero Oyan Kopon's arch nemesis. Who hasn't heard of Zurvan, the Time Lord? I think you might be better off asking who has. So you didn't get a glimpse of their face at all? No, I dang well didn't. Which kind of scotches my scoop? Sniffle. This whole mess has been nothing but a snap hunt. I should have never come. Oh, holy crap. This is like the victim's attire. Ringleader's appearance. Data jotted down in my organizer. Wore a white jacket, white gloves, and magenta flower and a mask. Age and gender could not be discerned. That's like... We know of somebody who was dressed like that. Maybe I should try showing that evidence to Miss Hart.
An ILL backseats with extra. Hear all about it. Piesco 103, incredible defense attorney, has found incredible evidence. Extra. Hear all about it. To read more, please follow the news story. Subscribe to Piesco Plus. Comment on his content. And hit that like button.
Yeah, thank you for the backseat, Anilil. I really do appreciate it. And yes, like what Anilil said, if you are new here in Twitch and enjoy content like this, consider hitting that follow button so you can get notified when I go live the next time. We do more stuff like this and other variety content and Mario games as well during the weekends. And if you are in YouTube, hi YouTube, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. Alright, back to this one. Alright, I think we need to present... Miss... Rosie here. You said that the ringleader was wearing a white jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower, correct? Sure did. Don't ask me why they was dressed up like a peacock on a parade day, but they was. Is this the outfit you saw? Well, holy smokes, it sure as heck is. But wait, so the big cheese is dead? All we know is that she's the victim in the case we're investigating. Her name was Rosie Ringer. Oh ho ho. Rosie Ringer. Ringer like ringleader. Do you know her? Nope. So the ringleader was a lady. Well, ain't that just librin dang deal, throwing me off with a man's jacket like that? I hardly think she did it to fool you specifically. But setting that aside for now, what's important is that we've discovered something vital to the case. Namely, that the underground auction was chaired by none other than our victim. Wow, TTS is so thrilled. You know that Brian is very nonchalant. Brian be like, oh cool, another promo. So somebody done bumped off the boss, huh? Then what? That's what was happening. When what was happening? Oh, nothing at all. Y'all just go on about your business now. No offense, Miss Hart, but that made you sound about 5 times more suspicious. Suspicious my foot. I told y'all it's nothing. And you won't get nothing more out of me than that. Wait, so there is more. How many dang times did I gotta tell ya? I ain't nothing, okay? And I ain't saying nothing either way. Aw, you can tell us just a little more, pretty please. I'll tell you this, okay? I'm a journalist, a news hound, a scoop hunter, you hear? Exclusive articles go out, money comes in, that's how the game is played. Tell you more? Heck, I done told y'all too much already. Wait, what if I examine some fingerprints for you, pro bono? What kind of cockamine thank you's that? I'd sooner get a tooth pulled. You want intel, you go dig it up yourselves, just like I had to. Okay, guess she isn't talking to us. Guess she isn't going to talk to either of us. Oh, she will. I'll handle things from here, Emma. There's a certain technique I find useful when dealing with difficult customers such as her. She might not give up the information voluntarily, but that doesn't mean she can't be persuaded to. Mind chess. Mind chess. Let's start by observing our opponent. Oh, three pieces. Alright. I ain't telling y'all nothing, you hear? Now quit wasting my time before I really blow a fuse. As you've seen, she's very quick-tempered. She'll try to cut the conversation dead wherever possible. I won't have much time to think, so I'll need to be swift and decisive. Miss Hart is definitely hiding something from you, so my first move is to discover what that something is. Mind chess. Commence. I need you to tell me everything you know, and don't you dare leave anything out. Go jump in and creak, you big bully. Why should I tell you anything? You don't got nothing to do with me, nor me with you neither. I don't have a clue as to how to proceed with this line of questioning. I'd better try another tack. I can see you're a little agitated, Miss Hart. Let's just calm down and try to talk. I am calm, dang you. Leastways, I will be just as soon as y'all quit yanking my dang chain. That's better. Being a news hound's all about keeping a cool head no matter what the world throws at you, see? Speaking of news hounds, this might interest you. I met one a few days ago. She was a very hungry young reporter indeed. A reporter with a very particular turn-off phrase, similar to your own in fact. Oh yeah? She smoked like me, huh? Guess that could have been someone I know. Her name is Tabby Lloyd, and if I had closed my eyes, I could have believed I was listening to you. She told me about somebody she called the Chief. She was talking about you, wasn't she? Oh, so y'all met Tabby, huh? Well, ain't that something? Where did y'all bump into her? She's a great kid, reckon. Wait, oh no you don't. You ain't getting on my good side bringing her into this, you sneak snake. Whew, you nearly had me too. Interesting. Talking about Miss Lloyd seemed to make her lower her guard a little. I think we can use that to our advantage. I need you to tell me everything you know, and don't you dare leave anything out. I don't have anything to do with you. That's a little unkind, don't you think? After all, I know your apprentice. I know her pretty well, in fact. Yeah, well, guess it does seem kinda cold of me to say that if you know her pretty good. Wouldn't want the poor kid thinking I don't give a rat's behind. Good, then you'll tell us what you know. Fine, see, it's like this. Got me a scoop. Wait, what am I thinking? Dang it, Lotta, you can't let him bamboozle you that easy. What was that about a scoop? Ooh, forget it. That was nothing. How embarrassing. A professional journalist making a careless slip of the tongue. You have a scoop, don't ya? Now tell me what it is. Alright, I got me a scoop. A big one. But I can't just go blabbing about it to y'all. I got bills to pay. She may be hiding something very important. I have to get it out of her somehow. We need to know the details of this scoop. She's quick to anger, but she's also quick to let key information slip. Now that we know that, the rest shouldn't be too hard. Let's see what else we can get out of her. Your big scoop involves something criminal in nature, doesn't it? Meh, might be it did, might be it didn't. Which is it? This is important. Alright, you don't gotta holler at me like that. I ain't done nothing shameful nor nothing, just snuck in and did some undercover reporting. Sound treatment, huh? Well, two can play that game. Perhaps a little more proactivity is called for. I'll be the judge of whatever your actions were shameful or not. An unlawful entry into private property is very shameful indeed. In fact, it's a crime. Hey, you did the exact same thing, genius. But I guess you're a prosecutor, huh? You're allowed to do stuff like that. Let's not mention the fact that I handed in my badge, shall we? Still, it don't amount to a whole hill of beans, right? There's folks out there that have done way worse. Murder for one. Next to murder, trespass ain't hardly nothing. From your mutterings about murder just now, I gather that your scoop has something to do with a homicide. Nah, I was just talking all hypothetical like. You know, about murder being the big one and all, ain't nothing worse than a murder. Not the most skillful evasion I've ever heard in my career. Look, I done told you, okay? I snuck into the auction, I'll cop to that. But murder? I don't know nothing about no murder. Ain't seen nothing, ain't heard nothing. Scout's honor. I don't have a clue as how to proceed with this line of questioning. I'd better try another tack. This scoop of yours, does it have something to do with the auction? You know what? I clean forget, huh? But you tried to infiltrate an underground auction. It only stands to reason that you observed something. Otherwise, what would you have to write about? I don't know what to tell ya. I didn't hear nothing. Ah, shit. Sorry. Curses. Do we have... Okay. I thought we had to do the entire thing again. So I know we only have to like start from the second part. You didn't hear the sound of nothing. Does that mean you did hear the sound of something? Something during your time in this room. Well, see, it wasn't nothing really, just a little noise is all. Wouldn't even make page 16. Forget I mentioned it. So something happened during the auction, something that made a noise of some kind. This could be a valuable clue. So this is like the discussion. So she snuck in, yada yada yada. So your scoop is about a murder. But you did hear something, did you? You told me you heard something during the auction. You claimed it wasn't important, but it must have been. Otherwise, why remember it? I think it was something very memorable indeed. In fact, I believe it was the cry of a murder victim. Ah, how do you keep doing that? Alright, it's true. I wound up smack dab in the middle of a murder scene, but only by accident. And that's all you're getting out of me. Wouldn't be no scoop left otherwise. The murder Miss Hart witnessed, that must be the same murder we ourselves have been investigating. That should prove to be a very valuable piece of information indeed. Perhaps we should finish up by confirming the credibility of her claim. I have her on the back foot now. Time to finish this. You said you wound up in the middle of a murder scene. Is that really true? You're calling me a liar now? Who are we? Now I'm mad, real mad. You do realize you have nowhere to turn, don't you? Oh, quit riding me. Well, yeah. This whole thing's a waste of my precious time. Should pick my words more wisely. Oh my god, that's too much. Ah, damn. Fudge. So let's bide my time, really. Okay, let's let that expire, then restart. Sorry, just give me a sec. Oh wait, sorry, just give me a sec. Da, 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 da. All right. Okay, we're in the middle of a scene. Da 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 da. Bide my time. I'm a journalist. How am I gonna tell stories if folks can't trust that I'm telling the truth? There gotta be a motto, you know. Faster than anybody, honester than everybody. Be honest, Miss Hart. I know there's something you're still not telling me. Ain't nothing left to tell, dang it. I done spilled my guts already. Don't have a clue as how to proceed.
Pink Girl Gamer J backseats with. You know what they say about backsits? They're always behind the front sits. Also objection.
Yo, Gamer Jade, what's up? Welcome on in. Thank you for the backseat. How are you doing? I need you to describe the murder in detail. It's vitally important. Wish I could help y'all, but I don't rightly recall a whole bunch. Ain't much nothing I can tell ya. Sorry. I mean, look at me. Can't even get my facts straight half the time. Time to deploy my clue. I can't imagine that being so vague on the facts is trade valued among journalists. Surely accuracy and honesty are what's necessary when reporting on a story. You're good. Nice. That is very good to hear. Hope you're having an awesome day. Alright, it seems your so-called information's not credible after all. Look, there was a murder and I was there. I can even prove it. You do realize you have... Oh my god, this is wrong. Oh my god! Ah, shoot. What I hate about this is that you have to start from top. You can prove it, can you? How? Got it right. Wait, you heard that? I was just talking to myself. Don't think nothing of it. You're still hiding something. This is a very vital clue. I'll need to use it. Maximum effect. Okay, here. Finally. I know you've been keeping something from me, and that something is proof. Proof related to the murder you witnessed. Proof sound enough to form the basis of a story you're hoping to sell. Ah! Dang it, all to heck. Give me a break, will ya? I'll come clean, okay? That's what you want, right? Here, I done snapped me a photo. Happy now? You better be. And that's checkmate. Fine chess. Checkmate. Can't believe I let that happen. Betrayed by my own big mouth. Well, it happened, so it's time to tell us everything. I saw the whole thing, watched that auction from start to finish. But you didn't just watch it, right? You took pictures too. Yeah, about that. So like I said, I was spying the whole thing right from the get-go. They was all shooting out bids and somebody'd win something and bam! Down comes the hammer. Head on upstairs and pays, shouts the old ringleader. And then the whole thing starts over again. Anyhow, as soon as that happened, I had to think quick. That's when I ran behind that there statue and hid. And who was it that it eventually appeared? Didn't see nothing, but I heard something that made me pretty sure it was whoever placed the winning bid. The sweet, sweet sound of cold, hard cash. Not sure I have any idea what that sounds like. The sound of someone counting bills, perhaps. Anyhow, the deal was you settled your bills up here. I heard two people yabbering for a little while. Wait, so two people came up on the elevator? You betcha. My guess is the other one was our friend the ringleader. Anyway, yabber, 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 on it goes for a little while then, a scream. Well, that shook me up pretty good, so I hunkered down in my hiding place and tried to stay out of sight. So you didn't see the moment of the murder. Nah, but I heard it real good. You didn't try and help whoever was being attacked? Quit trying to be funny, girlie, it don't suit you none. I'm just a Dane little journalist all on her lonesome. You think I was fixing to jump up and save the day? Anyhow, there was a bunch of rustling sounds. Right about when that was happening, I got to feeling pretty bad about what I'd done. That makes sense, I guess. After all, you didn't. I didn't remember to get out my camera and snap even a single picture. Wow. Scoop like that drops right in my lap and I miss it. Somebody ought to tan my hide. Anyhow, then a little more time goes by and there's kinda clatter and noise. I'm there thinking, gotta get the shot this time, and so I grab one real quick shot from in the shadows there. Could we please see this photograph? Aw, do I have to? Here. That's... the person in the red raincoat, the one who attacked Kay. So Kay's raincoated assailant also attacked the victim here in the storeroom, then proceeded up the roof where they assaulted Kay. There's only one person in this picture. Where's the victim? Weird, huh? I wondered the same thing. Heard two people, but there was only one in the shot I got. And I didn't see nobody where else... and I didn't see nobody nowhere else in the room neither. But that's the killer, alright. At least the ways I'm pretty sure it is. So are we saying the victim disappeared? How did you know it was the killer just by looking? Because they're literally red-handed with blood. How else would that get there, huh? And the auction just carried on after that? Sure did. They just went right along, nothing had happened. Rich folks is crazier than a box of frogs. I'll never understand how they think. Funny. I find journalists struggle to understand as well. Okay, heart statement. What does heart statement say? Illicit auction being held and big building items on sale were mainly items of police evidence related to homicide cases. 11 attendees altogether, all were wearing masks. Auction continued even after the murder occurred. Okay, do we... Why are you still available? You're saying that... can I do something? don't think I can. I think everything was like... I've talked to you. These are all... Okay, Okay. It's 1 minute before ads and I really have to go to the bathroom. So, I think I'll take a quick break here. We'll go to the BRB screen. The clip video will play. If you're not sub or you don't have turbo, I'm really sorry. I will run the ads. Then after 3 minutes or so, we will be back to continue this. So, BRB and enjoy the ads, quote unquote. Or the BRB video.
Everyone, from Orison, holy crap, there are a lot of people.
In there. Jeez. Was that the one shot? I'm sorry this happened during the ad break.
Hi, boom boom.
Than that. P. Now what? In before checkpoint was behind this thwomp. Called it. Alright. Hey, it's me. Hey, it's me again, Toadette. Alright, Ronaldo's main event. ASM Mario. So should I try, like, whispering and, like, touching this mic? No, okay, that's probably bad. Anyway. Hard block. Damn it. Okay, what will happen if you blow that up? Oh, that is so good. Watch as I take the sword and...
Hold it!
Oops. Tree. And we back. I should be unmuted, right? Alright. We are back and we continue this. Alright, okay, this still isn't checked, so I don't know what was missing there. I think I've investigated everything in the room. The elevator, cave, fender, the statues, the masks. Oh, no, okay, this is still this. The badger. These items. Okay, I think we can just deduce probably. Okay, so this is a deduction. If the storeroom was the actual scene of the crime... If the storeroom was the actual scene of the crime... Then you'd expect the body to have been up here at some point as well. Huh? Well, yeah. But think back to what Miss Hart told us about how the customers left the auction. Do you remember? Of course, they came up from downstairs back up through the storeroom and... Exactly. The killer would have had to hide the body in order to avoid its discovery. The question is, where did they hide it? Oh, there's one more thing. Emma, if you wouldn't mind putting your skills to work for me now. Luminol testing! Then I'd like to check for blood residue. A luminol test, in other words. Psycho 1 controller. Oh, God, I still remember. You know what? Let's do that right now. Oh my God, I can't do anything while I'm in streamer mode. Okay, upload. Okay, this should work now. Question mark. Okay, it should now be in BTTV. Alright. Okay. Luminol test, yay. Yo, Dash, what's up? Sure thing, prepared to witness the power of science. I've never seen somebody's eyes actually sparkle with anticipation before. The only emote you need. Based on Miss Hart's picture, I'd say the person in the red raincoat was about to climb it and make their escape, which means there's a high chance of a positive result. To test an error, just press A. That'll spray a little luminol at it. And if that happens to land on some blood, you'll see it react like this. It still feels super raw to see it just appear like that. Anyway, that's positive, but it's still faint. Spraying it a couple more times should be enough to really make it stand out. Yeah, that brought it out nicely. Question mark flashing was inspired by the 68k MacBoot ROMs. Nice. Anyway, I think you've got the gist of how to look for blood traces now, right? I'm sure there's still some more to be found, so why don't you give it a try? Okay, so there's more on the stairs. And that's how it's done. Okay, I wanted to check if there's some on the masks, though. Take a good look around and see if you can find some other places to test the luminol. Ah, no wonder this is like... Sorry, it's a negative. Ah, shoot. Okay, maybe the... Want to test there? Of course, they hid the body in here. Mr. Edgeworth, blood. But how could it have gotten in there? Maybe somebody put something with blood on it there. They hid the body. There are still places we haven't tested yet. Let's see what else we can find. Okay, let's test the lift. Nothing on the buttons. It's on the floor. Oh, hello. You've got a positive. There's blood here. But how come? Probably because this is where the murder was actually committed, I'd say. Ooh, looks like some of it dripped through the floor below too. Elevator blood. I think that's all the blood there is to be found. I wanted to check the money. Come on. Okay. Blood in the clothes blocks can only mean one thing. That is where the body was hidden. I'm certain of it. I wonder who won the box in the auction. I haven't the foggiest. Still, it's a very helpful discovery. Now you just hold your horses in there. There's no way the body could have been in there. What do you mean? I took a look at their box when I first got in here. Looked to be just about the perfect size for a little hide-and-go-seek if the need arose. And maybe it would have been if I could open it. But it was wrapped in chains and locked up tight. And I ain't no escapologist. The murder just happened just a little after I scoped it out, so can't nobody have to put no body in there. Wrapped in chains and locked up tight, you say? That's odd. Because it doesn't look to be wrapped in chains any longer. Huh? Well, slap my head and call me silly. Coulda swore it was, though. I think we've examined all we can now. Great, time to see what's waiting down below. Shaking a leg already, are we, Miles? Okie dokie. Hey, K-Meister. Yes, Mr. Fender. We're about ready to move out, so I want you to stick with me, okay? Can't have you getting lost. Of course, I'll be sure to stay close. When did those two start getting along well? Investigation complete. Oh, alright. April 5th, 7:43 p.m. Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence Chamber. What? Mr. Edgeworth! Okay, the body's missing but the murder weapon's still there. This room. This is the auction room? No, this is the committee chamber. Way to drop right into my lap, K. Faraday. You've got real guts, I'll give you that. Arrest her, men. Arrest her now. Wait, but she's... As for the rest of the riffraff, throw them out into the streets where they belong. Oh! Holy crap, wait. No wonder there's blood there. So the elevator is like just a thing going down. There's... Alright. You can't do this. This is going way overboard. Yeah, what she said. Miles, this isn't looking good, I gotta say. See how the blinding light of justice shines on me. Yeah. Yowie. It's Franny. What did I do? You'll have to forgive me. I meant to hit a certain cowardly ex-prosecutor. You weren't aiming for him. You were aiming straight at me. Something keeps getting in my way. Something. Save us, Franny. Right there. Francisca. So what are you doing here, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor? I still believe Kate to be innocent. And we're supposed to care what you believe. You no longer have the right to an opinion. I am Francisca Von Karma, and I have no intention of stopping here or now. But you chose to stop by giving up your badge, and so, our game has already come to an end. My badge was an obstacle to proceeding along the road I've chosen. I haven't stopped, I've simply cleared the way ahead. And now I'm free to follow that road all the way to the truth. So don't you think for a second that my conviction has changed. I'm every bit as dedicated as I ever was. You seem to think you know what lies at the end of this road to the truth. In that case, I demand that you show me. I'll explain my current theory first, and if your road fails to lead anywhere, my whip will happily guide it. Oh. Suddenly, Franziska argument. Like, suddenly plot drift. Anyway. The victim used her keycard and entered this chamber with her killer. Just get the room, you two. Shh. They're siblings. Well, not technically siblings, but, adopted. Anyway, the victim used her keycard and entered this chamber with her killer. She was then stabbed at the candelabrum by the culprit and subsequently died as a result. Oh, her whip. We know the identity of the murderer thanks to the letters she exchanged with the victim. And we know the location of the murderer is here in the committee's trial chamber. The blood on the floor in this room proves my theory. Game, set, and match, Miles Edworth, QED. She seems pretty confident, huh? She doesn't lack the courage of her convictions, that's for certain. And I gotta say, I can dig that vibe. I can even give her a no dart feeling. Pathetic. Oh, come on. I'm ready to be whipped. Oh, come on. Psycho 1 controller. Oh, is this dead really for now? Come on. I just charged you. Oh, come on. I think it's battery's dead again. Time for the other control. No, you're reading. What the hell? Pathetic. Oh, come on. Controllers. We need a controller fail at the end of the year. Then start clipping. Okay. Well, Miles Edgeworth, do you think you can bring my case crashing down around my ears? If you really have found the road to the truth, perhaps you'd be so kind as to point me towards it. I'll be very happy to settle in, Franziska. I'm about to pave that road with incontrovertible evidence. Rebuttal. But. Okay, victim used her keycard and entered this chamber.
Hold it!
And you're sure that the data from the security system is accurate? That data is just like me, perfect in every way. There's no room for doubt on either front. Well, your theory is far from perfect. I suppose I'm not going to change your mind on this so easily, am I? Correct. And as I said, the victim entered the room with her killer. She was then stabbed at the candelabrum by the culprit and subsequently died as a result. And the stab wounds she sustained are a perfect match with the candelabrum in question. 3 wounds inflicted by metallic spikes of some kind in 3 places simultaneously. Even you have to agree that there aren't many objects that could do that. Furthermore, Grandma Hertz confirmed the murder weapon in her report. Then, there's absolutely no doubt in your mind that that was the candelabrum? None whatsoever. And as for the culprit, we know the identity of the murderer thanks to the letters she exchanged with the victim. Have you managed to prove conclusively that the letter found on the victim was sent by Kay? I wasn't aware that there was any doubt on that front. Are you suggesting it was a forgery? Well, if there is any doubt, there isn't any longer. Document analysis turned up nothing. Nothing to suggest the involvement of anyone other than the sender and the recipient or of any forgery. Are you saying that they found case prints? No, only the victims. Well then, how can you say for sure that Kay did the deed? Haven't you been listening? Document analysis found nothing to suggest that the letter was a forgery. Face it, the letter was sent by Kay Faraday. A fact that more than adequately proves the identity of the murderer. And we know the location of the murder is here in the committee's trial chamber.
Hold it!
You can prove that the murder happened here in the committee chamber, I suppose. Avon Karma is perfect in every way. Or did you forget that when you handed in your badge? The blood on the floor of this room proves my theory. Game, set, and match. Miles Edgeworth, QED.
Hold it!
Has the blood been analyzed to see who it belongs to? It has, and unsurprisingly, it was confirmed to be that of the victim. And has it occurred to you that where it was found may not be where the murder in fact took place? How quickly you forget, Miles Edgeworth. Evidence is everything in the courtroom. So please, present your proof that the murder occurred elsewhere. Okay, I think we have proof that it occurred on the upper floor. Proof that the murder occurred elsewhere, huh? This isn't a courtroom, but that doesn't mean I can't give her the evidence she so clearly desires. She makes a pretty watertight argument, huh? Perhaps, but she doesn't know what we know. You're right. We got a certain scientific discovery up our sleeves. Alright. Okay, elevator blood. Detected on the secret elevator, it looks like it dripped to the floor below. So I think this is the evidence that we do need to present, right? Okay, thank you for that, Coburn. "12 months more of controller fails." Okay, so I think we need to present now here.
Objection!
Elevator blood. You should make that into a case using the case maker. Turnabout controller. There's your title. If I remember correctly, we have another clip. The blood discovered in this room was located at the foot of the Goddess of Justice statue. Murder under the gaze of the divine, a brazen act, even for a cold-blooded killer. Except, that may not be true at all. Take a look at this if you would. It's a blood stain we discovered in the storeroom directly above the committee chamber. As you can see, the blood we found looks to have dripped through the room below. And the elevator it dripped down from descends directly to the foot of the statue. Ah, you noticed. Then you will argue that the murder cannot in fact have happened in this room. I put it to you that the victim was killed in the room above and only afterwards was she moved down here. The Goddess of Justice did not witness a murder. She witnessed a killer trying to cover their tracks. Why is she smiling? Sorry, I was just thinking back to a very similar situation. Well done, Miles Edgeworth. You've proven yourself to be even more foolish than I thought. Mr. Edgeworth is anything but a fool, sir, and you know it. Youch! Have you forgotten the picture you just showed me, or are you really that airheaded? Even a cursory glance shows that there was far more blood here in the committee chamber than upstairs. Ouch. Whipped and ignored again. Woo! You're trying to tell me that all of that blood dripped down from above, Miles Edgeworth. If it had, your storeroom stain would need to be 10 times as big. I say the murder happened down here. There's no way it could have happened anywhere else. As insightful as ever, Francisca. But you've played right into my hands. How so? You are correct. There's far less blood upstairs than one would expect. The question is, why? A trifling detail in the face of my previous explanation. Alas, your explanation doesn't account for why there was blood in the storeroom in the first place. Surely you don't think some spatter managed to shoot itself all the way up there, do you? Whoa, like some crazy fountain of blood. No way. No way indeed. It's completely impossible. So how about this? What if this explains the difference in the amounts of blood observed? There was far more blood in the committee chamber than in the storeroom above because... the weapon was removed here. candles could have still stayed in the body, right? And no blood flowed. Or lesser blood flowed. The victim died of 3 stab wounds, wounds that would have bled profusely. Exactly, as proven by the amount of blood we found on the floor of this room. But that doesn't make any sense. Not if she was stabbed in the storeroom. You said there wasn't much blood up there. Silence, you half-baked harebrained rookie. Hey, harebrained is a little... Yeah. A stab wound bleeds heaviest at one particular point in time. Oh, I know, when the weapon is removed, right? Precisely. I believe the body was brought down here to the committee chamber with the candelabrum still in its chest. And then, when it was finally removed, it created the difference in the amount of blood we see between the 2 locations. But why? What was the killer trying to do? Yo, Coburn, what's up? Oh wait, why are you not showing timestamps? Okay, there. Alright. Oh god, you said that 30 minutes ago. I'm sorry. Alright. I imagine they were trying to give the impression that the murder happened down there. Alright. As we know, Miss Ringer's keycard was used late last night. Judging by the time listed in the record, I'd hazard the guess that it was used by the killer when they entered the room to create their elaborate setup. But why would they have needed to do all this in the first place? Perhaps because a person with a face to hide would fear the storeroom being found in the investigation? If they were involved with the underground auction, they couldn't afford to have their dirty secret exposed. Oh, committee blood. Underground auction? You should take a look at the storeroom for yourself. The items up there tell quite a story. One that should more than explain what was going on here last night. It's almost endearing, Miles Edgeworth, how desperately you want to protect your friend. There's something just beneath the surface this case. There's something just beneath the surface this case, something bigger than all of us. Off this case, I think they're missing an off there. Anyway, in case only crime was to have the bad fortune to fall right into the middle of it. That's quite the hyperbolic claim, Miles Edgeworth. Hyperbolic? Me? Surely you're the one making a mountain of my perfectly reasonable molehill. You're working with Interpol and international cases, so why are you investigating a domestic murder? I'll tell you why. Because this case has something to do with the smuggling ring you've been chasing. You followed the trail of items being smuggled by the ring and wound up here. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that the something I sense isn't related to any of this. I'm very happy to learn that your giving up your badge didn't completely relieve you of your senses. Scruffy here told me about the circumstances that led up to that, by the way. Sorry, sir. It's just... I thought it might help, you know. You did the right thing, detective. So am I right, Francisca? Is this incident part of the broader case you're working? Was the underground auction already on Interpol's radar? Wouldn't you like to know, but you don't need to, and so you won't. Then you knew, didn't you, that the auction was being held here in this chamber? Hold it! Hey, y'all mind if I butt in for a sec? Your victim over there, the lady in the white. You! Hey, let a gal finish, will ya? No good butting in pain in the you-know-what. Youch! Well, this leopard sure ain't changed her spots. Your testimony is not required, and neither is your presence. What do you mean? I'm a journalist. You can't... Ow. You're a liar is what you are. You lied under oath that one time. Seems like Miss Von Karma's none too fond of Miss Hart, huh? I don't think she's her biggest fan, no. What she called Ringer Riot? She was a member of this here committee. Well, she's dressed exactly like the ringleader of that secret. Ah, stop whipping me, dang it. What is the meaning of this interruption? Miles Edgeworth, explain. Miss Hart here helped us out by describing how the auctioneer was dressed. And it seems they were wearing the exact same outfit as the victim, Miss Rosie Ringer. But that would mean that the victim was also the ringleader? Now, how about we just calm down, sir? It seems I have some new information to consider. It's true that I came here to investigate the underground auction, and to arrest its head of operations, the auctioneer. But if Miss Hart is to be believed, the ringleader is dead. I guess that means your journey here today was wasted. I suppose it does. Nonetheless, I, Franziska von Karma, refuse to leave empty-handed. Time for a rematch, Miles Edgeworth. Fine by me, but you may find that your whip will go sorely underused this round. She can whip me. Anytime. Franziska's latest theory. Fine, I accept your little explanation. That would make the storeroom the actual scene of the crime, yes? In which case, the murderer is someone connected to the auction. And if the photographer is to be believed, the victim was the auctioneer and the culprit was an attendee. The killer lay in wait for the victim in the storeroom where the exchange of illicit goods was to take place. They then stabbed the victim in the chest with a piece of merchandise, the candelabrum. There. Does that about sum it up? Because I won't be accepting rebuttals. I'm afraid you might have to. There is a serious hole in your testimony. There is? I didn't spot any. Good thing you're the one in charge here, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright then, time to fight back. You have to win this for us. And I will. Time to take Franziska's testimony to task. Rebuttal.
Hold it!
You conceded that point rather easily. I can't help but be suspicious. I'm not in the habit of denying facts that are readily supported by the evidence. That's all there is to it. You were able to show that the murder actually took place in the storeroom.
Hold it!
And how exactly did you come to that conclusion? Members of the big building staff were questioned extensively, but none mentioned the secret storeroom. It seems its existence was known only to a handful of people. Maybe like the construction workers of the building. Why is there a 51st floor? And of course, that storeroom was where the items that were to be sold in the auction were being kept. Very good, which suggests a link between knowledge of the storeroom and involvement in the auction. And if the photographer is to be believed, the victim was the auctioneer and the culprit was an attendant.
Hold it!
So you believe that the victim and the ringleader were one and the same? Okay, yeah. I do. And the murderer was... Why are you asking her this? You just said the exact thing yourself, dummy. So I did. But I was merely confirming Franziska's reasoning in order... Oh, don't give me that horse feed. You get caught saying something stupid, you'll give a little laugh and move on with your day. The murderer was one of the auction attendees. What? You don't got no notes for our friend here after that little performance of his? Of course. Assuming that our friend the photographer's word can be trusted. Can't quite tell if they love or hate one another. Anyway, the more relevant point here is how the culprit actually carried out their plan. The killer lay in wait for the victim in the storeroom where the exchange of illicit goods was to take place. How exactly did they manage that, may I ask? Miss Hart was in the storeroom to remember. Yes, hiding someplace. And if you've seen the storeroom yourself, you'll know that there are plenty of other places to hide too. This controller. Clip inbound. Thank you. So you're saying the killer was hiding out of sight while they awaited the victim's arrival. I believe you can reasonably assume that the murder took place after the auction had concluded. After all, the victim was the auctioneer herself. She would surely have needed to be present throughout the proceedings. Would you mind adding that statement to your testimony, Franziska? I believe we can reasonably assume that the murder took place after the
Hold it!
No, okay, I think this is where we present like Lotta's statement. After the auction has ended, you say. And you're sure of that? If the victim was the auctioneer, I don't see how else it could have happened to you. I mean, she's right. You can't have an auction without an auctioneer. No, you can't, can you? Why does that suddenly feel significant? They then stab the victim.
Hold it!
How do you know that the candelabrum was one of the auction lots? Because if the murder weapon had been deliberately prepared beforehand, it seems highly unlikely that the killer would have chosen such an unusual object. Furthermore, based on the culprit's movements, the candelabrum could have only come from the storeroom. We did find evidence that showed where it was standing, I guess. Exactly. Therefore, it could only have been something that was up for sale. Not that the issue of where the killer obtained their weapon is really the point here. It's a reasonably coherent explanation of events on the surface, but something's off. I need to see if I can tease a little more out of her. Alright, so 2, 3... Okay, I think we present here Lotta's statement. Auction continued even after the murder occurred. Alright, yep. This is what we present. It seems you're one step behind yet again, Francisca. How so? The auctioneer was not in fact the victim, and I can prove it. This is the statement Miss Hart gave us. Well, if she made it, it's not worth the air she used to say it. I done told you, I'm a journalist, dagnabbit. My word is youch! Did I ask you to open your mouth? Oh yes, double youch!
Objection!
Calm down and listen for a second, Francisca. Miss Hart witnessed at least some of the events surrounding the murder, and she confirmed that the auction continued even after the murder had occurred. You bet it did. Went right on like nothing had happened at all. How would that have been possible without an auctioneer? It wouldn't, so you see? The victim couldn't have been the auctioneer. She was one of the attendees. No! As I've been saying since the start, there's no way Kay can be the murderer. Wait, okay, if she's one of the attendees... Because she had been pushed down by the hatch by her assailant and knocked unconscious by that time. So then who was the victim really? Right, well, if the auction carried on after the murder, the victim must not have been the auctioneer but an attendee. That's enough. I know that sound all too well. It's Verity. It's Judge Mommy. Order in the courtroom. All rise for the chairman. Oh, it's Excelsius now. Oh, there's no need for all that pomp and circumstance, Verity. Please, everyone, feel free to call me Celsius. Yes, that'll do nicely. Alright, Celsius, what are you doing here? This is your father, damn it. Oh, I just stopped by to see how my boneheaded boy was getting along. They say there are all sorts of families, but I'm not sure these two are what they meant. You're like, flame happy. I thought I might need to light a fire under this investigation, but it seems not. The suspect everyone's searching high and low for is right back where we started. Men, detain the suspect immediately. Wait, Miss Faraday is innocent. Shut your meddling mouth. You're becoming something of a problem, Miles, my boy. I thought I told you. The committee wants this matter cleared up as soon as possible. It's a matter of trust. We can't have our organization be seen to drag its feet. It's bad for us, and it's bad for me too. Personally sorry, it must be my age. Your unlawful investigation ends here, and it will not be permitted to resume. In case you have forgotten, you are no longer a prosecutor. You have no authority here. And what's more, there's the matter of you aiding and abetting a suspect. She's right, of course, as always. You really are a godsend, Verity. Everything I do knowingly. If you wish to prosecute me for it, be my guest. But know this. We have uncovered a new suspect. This person here. Miss Faraday was attacked by this... You can stop right there, Mr. Edgeworth. The raincoat in your picture was discovered nearby a short while ago. The victim's blood was found on the hood along with some cherry blossom petals. Cherry blossom petals, like the ones on the roof? Yes, they were stuck to the edges of the bloodstains, probably due to the blood being fresh at the time. The results came back already, my boy, so there's no mistaking it. The person in your picture is the victim, Miss Rosie Ringer. What? Worn by the victim whose prints and blood were found on the hood. Oh, come on. Why is this always like... Is there something wrong with like the pairing mechanism of this thing? Why? Well, this only happens when I'm like using this with the Switch. If I'm using this with the wireless SNES receiver, there's no issue. Controllers keep striking today, it seems. And it only happens with this gray controller. If I use the black controller, it's okay. But I use that black controller purely for Mario Maker and Tetris. This is for everything else. Alright, no, this completely undermines our entire case. All our assumptions were based on the person in the red raincoat being the killer. But if they were the victim instead, then Kay remains at the top of the suspect list. Miss Faraday, you testified to having encountered a person in a red raincoat up on the roof, correct? Yes, I did. We now know that that person was the murder victim. And you are the only person we know of who came into contact with her. Since one of you wound up dead, I think we all know how that encounter went.
Objection!
No, Kay was attacked by that person. She's the victim here, not the aggressor. As far as I recall, we have yet to see any evidence that proves she was attacked as you claim. And even if such proof existed, Miss Ringer could simply have been acting in self-defense. Well, you can't just jump to conclusions like that. Kay is innocent. But I'm not. Kay, I'm not innocent. I don't want to believe it, but I remembered something. Hearing about the raincoat brought it back. It's just a flash, but I remember what I saw now, right when it happened. The murderer, it was me. I remember looking down and the person in the red raincoat was on the ground. It was me, Mr. Edgeworth. It was me all along. I'm the murderer. I'm the murderer. No, you're not. You can't be. Then what am I? Why do I have a memory like that? They were on the floor in front of me. There was a pool of blood. Why was I just standing there? Why didn't I do something? I know why. Because I was the killer. This court recognizes the legitimacy of the accused memories. Oh my god. You know, fuck this. I'm moving to the black one. Just need to remove this. Just remove the battery so that it doesn't get paired. Oh, and this is not gonna pair because the Switch recognizes that there's still a Phantom controller connected. Okay, there we go. What? But you said you didn't believe her like 5 minutes ago. I commend you on your bravery, Miss Faraday. It will not go unrewarded. Praise be to the goddess of justice for her many blessings. As an official representative of Interpol, I hereby request that the suspect be... We don't have time for this. We must arrest Kay Faraday this instant. How dare you take that tone with me? This is a gross overreach of authority. I demand that you give us more time to investigate. You say my investigation is unlawful? What could be more unlawful than this? Unfortunately, you no longer speak for the law. Indeed you don't, but I do. And while I can't help but be moved by your dedication to your friend, I have to agree with Verity. Speaking of the law, it seems there is one other we must arrest. Ah yes, I almost forgot. Miles. What are you talking about? Mr. Edgeworth was all just doing his job. He didn't do anything wrong. He wasn't doing squat. By which I mean to say, unfortunately, Miles is no longer serving in any kind of official capacity. You went too far this time, Mr. Edgeworth. You conducted an unlawful investigation. Worse, you aided and abetted the flight of a suspect. You are no longer even an ex-prosecutor. You are a criminal, nothing more. Oh, that reminds me. There was supposed to be a hearing today, wasn't there, concerning your conduct? I'll make sure it's officially rescheduled for tomorrow. Although, I fear I already know the outcome. Look at this as an opportunity to reflect on your actions, Miles. A chance to really think long and hard. This court is adjourned. To be continued. Latter, Judge Gavel's goal. Oh my god. We're in the latter section now. Okay, let's continue. Oh, I'm in the detention center. All right. April 6th, detention center, holding cell. Never thought I'd spend another night in here again. And they stripped me of all the evidence we'd so painstakingly gathered. I only have the Yatagarasu pin. But I still have all the profiles. So Lotta Hart, Emma Sky, Fender, Excelsius, Rosie Ringer, Verity Gavel, Eustace, Franny, Florence, Kay, and Hilda. Alright. Even if they did let me keep Casey at Tagarasu pin, I can't help but worry about her. They'd better be treating her well. The murder, it was me. I remember looking down and the person in the red raincoat was on the ground. It was me, Mr. Edgeworth. It was me all along. Okay, this is like recap. Flashback, rather. Come on, let's go. You've got a visitor. A visitor? Who? Someone by the name of Dick Gumshoe. Want me to send him away? No, though I'm not sure what even to say to him. April 6th, Detention Center. Visitor's room. Wait there. They're leaving me unsupervised? Forgive the intrusion. Oh, it's Gavel. Holy crap, what the hell? Judge Gavel. Please, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a seat. What are you doing here? I was told it was Detective Gumshoe. I imagined you wouldn't come if you knew it was me. What could she possibly want from me now? Wait, Kay was the killer? No, you know what? It's not. It's not. That's probably just a misremembered scenario. You know these games. If it's true, then let's see what the story will tell. Alright, what do you want? It's all a ploy. It could be a red herring. You may not be aware of this, but you're only permitted to meet with specially approved visitors. So I'm to be treated like a dangerous criminal, am I? I suppose my reputation has rather plummeted. It has indeed. For you, of course, and your friends. That attorney and the other girl were raising quite the fuss earlier. Fender and Emma. I saw them launch some extremely heated words at one of the guards. No, you didn't. You may thank the goddess in that regard, for even she is too busy to deal with each and every infraction. They will not be punished for their bad behavior. Did you come here just to chit-chat with me? You must have a lot of time on your hands. Oh, speaking of which, Miss Von Karma is continuing the investigation where you left off. I just thought you would like to know. I figured you would be worried about how they were doing all along. We're all doing. I hate to admit it, but she read me like a book. Okay, what happens if I present this? Miss Faraday is currently being interrogated about her involvement in the murder. You and the committee, you know what you're doing, don't you? You know that the wrongful arrest and persecution of an innocent person is beyond reprehensible. That's quite the slanderous remark. I would ask that you frame your outbursts with a little more care. Besides, she's not innocent. You merely wish that she is. This Gavel chick is a bitch, but she's Judge Mommy. Look. Okay, enough. You can't say that. You don't have conclusive proof. Nor do you have conclusive proof to the contrary, so let's not retread this tired old topic again. Oh yeah, definitely in the top 10 in the ranking. Ow, frick, my god, my foot is having cramps. Having cramps. Okay, there we go. I almost read that word wrongly. Anyway, she will go to trial and the goddess will pass her judgment. There is nothing you can do to stop that. And there is nothing more to say on the subject. Instead, let us speak of the matter at hand. Okay, what is your motive? Let's cut to the chase. Why are you really here? I'm here simply to talk, nothing more. There is something I wish to know about you. Me? Yes, who else? Objectively speaking, you are highly intelligent and quick-witted. And a born prosecutor at that. Please, Judge Gavel. Your sarcastic praise is but salt on my wounds. But I sincerely mean every word, Mr. Edgeworth. And it is why I fail to understand you. Take this latest case for example. You were up against the very committee itself. You had no hope of succeeding. Even a child could have seen that, and yet... I don't imagine the old me would have ever been so reckless. The old me had power, and because of that, I thought that justice was always on my side. Just as you and the committee believe now. But a certain person changed my mind. He made me reckon with my selfish and skewed sense of justice. And once the scales had fallen from my eyes, I began to look at people differently. I saw that I was only able to be an effective prosecutor thanks to the efforts of those around me. Detective Gumshoe, the many investigative officers of the force, and even Kay. It changed me. The degree to which it changed me still surprises me to this day. I see. Thank you. I feel that perhaps I understand you a little better now. You? Understand me? I highly doubt it. Someone who is so focused on forcing their idea of justice onto others can't possibly see what I see. Is that so? Is that what you truly believe? I will say one thing. This has been a very interesting conversation. That is all. Before I go, there's one remaining matter. I was asked to inform you that the date of your hearing has been confirmed. It will be held today in the trial chamber. The committee sends its warmest regards. If that was all you had to tell me, you could have just sent the message. And entrusts the goddess's words to another? That wouldn't do now, would it? Until then, Mr. Edgeworth, I'll see you again very shortly. April 6th, Detention Center. Holding cell. What do I do? Do I escape? Very basic bed. Can't say it was very comfortable to sleep on, however. I don't have any regrets about the bed I've made. I will fall. There's a poster in the corridor outside. We regret to announce that due to the warden's arrest, the Die of Destiny game will be discontinued. Inmates will no longer need to roll a die every morning to determine their meals for the day. We wholeheartedly apologize to those who were looking forward to their daily casting of the die. What's that? No toilet in that roller. No toilet paper. I've barely spent any time in here and I already feel my personal appearance slipping. I may have given up my badge, but I mustn't give up on myself. My collar. It's slightly creased. There. A tidy outside begets a tidy inside. Which is why it's more important now than ever to take care of myself. There's a menu here on the table. It seems that detainees are able to pay to have their meals brought to their cells. What looks good? Spaghetti and mac and cheese lunch. Add linguine for only $1. Basmati and brown rice special for a limited time only. Add regular white rice at no extra cost. What? It's like carbs on carbs. What are they talking about? I didn't examine the toilet yet. Oh, wait, it's K. Oh, thank goodness you seem alright. That's a load off my mind. Such a heartwarming scene. It's enough to make a grown man cry. But you're still not your usual cheery. I mean, you have to stay positive, Kay. You didn't do anything wrong. In fact, I guarantee you didn't. No, you have to let it go. I'm the murderer. I know that now. But you're not. You can't be. Why don't you have any faith in yourself? How can I, Mr. Edgeworth, when there's no me left to believe in? None at all. I don't think that's true. Before you lost your memory, we spent quite a bit of time together. And I dare say you left quite the impression on me. So you see, there's still plenty of you left. That's why I believe so much in your innocence, and why you should believe in yourself too. Thank you. But I can't. I would just cause more pain for the both of us. Please, you have to forget her. Forget that, Kay. She's gone. Kay, no! You remind me of my younger self, you know. So noble, so bold. This is the justice you and the committee stand for? Justice? I suppose you could call it that. What is he up to? Why is he going to such lengths to control everything? I can't shake the feeling that something is very wrong here. Is there some hidden agenda at play? This is no time to second guess myself. If I'm going to find out what it is, it's now or never. Well then, my boy, I suppose I should be... Wait! Why is the chairman so intent on seeing Kay charged for this murder? It doesn't make any sense. Mind chess. There must be some rhyme or reason to this madness. 4 pieces? Holy shnikes. Come now, Miles. I'm a busy, important man. I can't be wasting my precious time talking to you. The only way out of our current predicament is through Chairman Winner. Why does have Excelsius have a red coat? According to the story, he was the former chief prosecutor. There's so much to ask and so little time. Let's start by trying to find out why he rushed to have Kay arrested so quickly. Alright, before we start Mind Chess, there's 2 minutes before ads, so I will take another quick break. We roll the ads on the BRB screen, then we get back to this. Alright, so that you don't miss this. Don't miss. Again, if you're not subbed and see ads, I do apologize for that. If you are subbed and do have Turbo, thank you very much. Really do appreciate it. It helps out the channel a lot. So, now that's out of the way, I'll quickly switch to BRB. Enjoy the clips if you're subbed. If not, you can go to YouTube to view it. And then, yeah, we resume this. So, BRB.
You son of a...
Surprise muncher. the same troll again. That was in like Team Music World. What's up, Peregrine? Good to see you.
Oh! What does that mean? Oh!
Is
We
that
died.
the last? No.
Yeah. We did. Oh my god, Ronaldo!
Bitrate, rip bitrate. No, wait.
You
Sorry.
crashed Psycho's game?
Okay, is that a legit com error or no? Is the you know the way like that there's a slope here makes me like seem the setup is super sus. What? You know what? I don't think I want the clown car. You know what? No, I don't want the clown car. I think I want the clown car. And now I can't get this because clown cars have one ways to jank. Oh, come on. YOLO! You, jump. Okay, thank you. Ah. Okay, now what? Double door. Oh my god, that's not the fake block. That's the end castle. Oh my god, that's so good. I really need to like... Wow. And we back. And we play Mind Chess. Alright. This will be tough. There are 4 pieces, so... Yeah. Alright. Okay. Let's begin. Let's start by trying to find out why he rushed FK arrested so quickly. I can't just let this happen. I'm getting answers if it's the last thing I do. Mind Chess commence. Okay. Why were you so keen to push through case arrest? I've yet to hear a satisfactory explanation. An explanation? I'm not entirely sure what you mean. Don't give me that, you know exactly what I mean. Tut tut. I advise you to moderate your tone, dear boy. Need I remind you of your position? And suppose we did let your friend go free, what then, What do you mean, what then? Think how that would look, my boy. And who would have to take the blame? Me, that's who. Okay, I think you're right to keep your mouth shut. That way, you won't see anything foolish. Sorry, but I can't stay silent forever. Not while case innocence is still in doubt. Ah, you're breaking my heart. Just look at this flood of tears spilling out. Please, just leave it alone, will you? Things were coming along nicely until you interfered. Coming along nicely? That's a pretty strange way of putting it. It's almost as if you wanted case arrest to happen. It certainly doesn't sound like the statement of an impartial representative of the law. You think so? Well, that wasn't my intention. Has it occurred to you that you might just be overthinking things a little? Chairman Winner certainly knows how to dodge a question, but it doesn't change the fact that serious doubts remain concerning case arrest. Next, we'll need to press him on whether he really believes the investigation was sufficient. We can't allow any of his statements to go unexamined, no matter how trivial they may seem. One of them may just give us the breakthrough we need. How much time was spent on your investigation altogether? Well now, let's see. You know what? I'm not sure I can remember. And I'm sure you can. You won't bluster your way out of this one. It's not bluster, my boy. I honestly don't recall. It's a problem when you get to my age, you see. Why, I even forget my own son's name sometimes. Never mind your fool of a son. Answer me. How long did you spend on the investigation? You're right, of course. The boy's a fool. I never meant for him to grow up like that, but... Ooh, woe is me. He's only too happy to derail the conversation no matter where I take it. I have to force him to take this seriously. Let's try another tack for now. You can hardly say your investigation was sufficient, and you're the only one who called all the shots, weren't you? Including the decision to have Kay arrested? Oh, I'm afraid I'm nowhere near as influential as you think, dear boy. You're the chairman of the committee. It doesn't get much more influential than that. Not that I care about such things. You won't be. Enough. It's enough to drive an old man to tears. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not the differential type. Well, if you're going to insist on being so blunt, then I'm afraid you won't be seeing your prosecutor's badge anytime again soon. Let me make something clear once and for all. That badge isn't the be-all, end-all for me. Far from it. I'm not concerned with titles or rules. Even you must understand that much. So young, so very young. A word of advice, Miles, from somebody who's been around the block. You're hopelessly naive, my boy. Idiotically so. Well, that certainly got under his skin. He might be less guarded in his answers while he's in this state. Now's my chance. How much time was spent on your investigation altogether? My, you really don't give up, do you? But even my patience has its limits, you know. What the coincidence? So does mine. Now answer the question. Do you believe that your investigation was sufficient or not? The youth these days are wont to be reckless. Makes me want to put you in your place. You're going to regret that, my boy. Well, maybe you do know your place after all. What's the matter, scared? Oh, hardly. I was just thinking about how best to proceed. Getting answers from the elderly requires sensitivity. They can get quite emotional after all. You have no common sense whatsoever, do you? Don't you understand? Your fate rests in my hands. Got you now. Oh my god, this is wrong. Versus, I should have picked my words more wisely. Okay, how much time did you spend investigating? So bide my time. Alright, so I think I still need to bide my time for the next one. Yeah, that was the action. He was burning something. Let's say you do manage to get some answers from me. There's nothing you can do with them. So why not give it up, dear boy? And why not? It's simple, because I'm not about to let the truth escape me. Interesting. I think I'm beginning to see what makes you tick. But what you're doing is pointless. Tragically and miserably pointless. Please just give up. She's guilty. The decision has been made. Once again, your choice of words intrigues me. It's almost as if case guilt has already been determined from before her arrest. What are you trying to imply? I'm implying that things haven't gone as they normally should. In fact, everything has proceeded as if case arrest was the end goal right from the very start. Well, Chairman Winner, that's certainly an intriguing theory. But it's also a complete work of fiction, and I'm afraid I don't have time for such flights of fancy. I think it's time we brought this shabby little farce to an end, don't you? No, he's trying to make us escape. We must confirm the legality of case arrest before he slips away. Oh, this is gonna be faster, I think. It's faint, but the truth is finally beginning to emerge. And I'm not about to let this opportunity pass me by. Wait, we're not done yet. I'm tired of all of this talking, so make it brief, will ya? Based on everything I've heard from you so far, it's clear that case arrest is entirely unfounded. Yes, I think we're all familiar with this particular refrain of yours by now. But I'm afraid it doesn't matter either way. You won't have what it takes to secure her release now. How dare you take this so lightly as a man of the law? My, aren't you a rude little boy? But my fuse is only so long. Honestly speaking, I don't have the time to waste on every last question you can dream up. I have certain responsibilities to attend to, you know. I really am quite the busy man. Or are you just pretending to be busy? That's an awful thing to say to a fragile old man. I work harder than I should at my age. I ask you, my boy, what could I even hope to accomplish by putting up such a pretense? You obviously don't want to talk about the case anymore. That's why you're so keen to get out of this conversation, isn't it? It's just so tragic, it really is, that you would just suspect me of such things. It's not suspicion, it's a certainty. There were no clear grounds on which to base case arrest for a start. Now, my boy, let's not get carried away. There is plenty of evidence to support our case. The mask, the letter, the corsage, these were all in her possession. And of course, her confession. More than enough to prove her guilt, I'd say. But those are... What's the matter? Struggling to come up with a way to explain everything away? Well, there we have it. Your silence speaks volumes. It's true I can't counter your argument right now. But you did let something valuable slip. A suspiciously detailed knowledge of the evidence against Kay. He rattled off that list like he knew it inside out. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. Kay is innocent. No, my boy. That's just clumsy. Anyone can blurt out a baseless assertion like that. Even a disgraced superstar prosecutor. Wait, what? Okay, I think this is the path we need to go now. You know, I can't seem to remember. Don't ever get old, Mouse, my boy. It wreaks havoc on the memory. Time to deploy my clue. You remembered all the evidence pretty well. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop playing the old man card. You remember the details of the evidence against Kay pretty clearly. Perhaps if your memory didn't fail you only when it was convenient, I'd be more inclined to believe you. So let me ask you again, who gave the order for case arrest? You're a sharp one, I'll give you that. My son could learn a thing or two from you. He wasn't such an incurable numbskull, that is. It's a tragedy, really. I don't want to hear about your son. I want to know who authorized the arrest. You're very mean. You know that, don't you? The arrest to say, I believe the order was given by... Was you. Come now, Chairman Winner. We both know it was you. Alright, you got me. You make it sound like it was somehow a bad thing, though. But I have a reputation to uphold, so I guess I'd better clear this clear up this little misunderstanding. I'll entertain your questions for a few more minutes. Let's see if I can't put your mind at ease. The key thing to do now is to establish how intimately he knows the details of the case. I just have to ask the right questions. The endgame is at hand. We're but a few moves away from the truth. You seem to know the case in quite some detail. I know about lots of things, my boy. I'm just smart like that. Too bad the same can't be said about the way you handled case to rest. Okay, this is bide my time. I'm a very busy man. Do try to remember that I can bring this little chat to an end whenever I so choose. It's only taking so long because you won't give me a straight answer to any of my questions. If only you'd stop giving me the runaround, we'd be done already. So let's try this again. You seem to know the details of the case quite intimately. Why is that? Because I read the case file. Not exactly the most thrilling use of my time, of course, but it's part of the job. I have to be a good role model. I can't be seen to be slacking. I can't be so hard. But I had some time on my hands, so I read the whole thing from cover to cover. I've got... shit. It's the other one, right? Okay, then... You read the case file, yep. Okay, but you keep saying you're busy. That's strange. I could have sworn you just told me you're a very busy man. I'd say the cracks are finally starting to show, wouldn't you? If you're so keen on being an upstanding leader, you can't start by releasing K, you know. You really don't give up, do you? It's a moving sight indeed, my boy. But a tragic one too. After all, your efforts are for naught. I'm afraid your little friend was found unconscious near the scene of the crime. We have yet to hear much about the circumstances under which Kay was found. She was lying unconscious in the storeroom, correct? That's right, although I'm not at liberty to tell you how I know that. He knows things even we didn't. In fact, he seems to be aware of every tiny detail about this case. This could be a valuable clue. The suspect, Kay Faraday, how much do you know about her exactly? I know that she's the suspect. Aside from that, not much else. Cross my heart, but it's true. Time to deploy my clue. Sorry, but the more you tell me, the less sense your story makes. For one thing, you know details that even those investigating the case were not aware of. Why is that? Just how much do you really know, Chairman Winner? Oh, there's that intimidating face you like to make again. Well, 2.2 can play that game. How do you like me now, I do have to commend you on your doggedness. Doggedness. Doggedness or dodgeness? Doggedness. It really is something. I'll take that as a compliment. Take it however you like, but wrap this up, will ya? I just don't have the stamina anymore. She's the culprit. The only possible suspect. Just accept that already. How much more evidence do you want us to load her down with, for goodness sake? Load her down with? Yet another interesting turn of phrase. One that makes it sound a lot like the items Kay was carrying might have been foisted upon her. Impressive. You really do pay attention, don't you? It's no wonder they used to call you a prodigy, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. I think you know the answer to your own question by now. Why don't you just go ahead and say it? I want to hear it from you. It's finally time to shed light on the truth. All that's left is to play one last move. Kay is innocent. No, my boy. That's just clumsy. Anyone can burn out a bliss. Kay was framed. The true culprit set it all up so she would take the fall instead. That is my answer, and I won't let you deny it any longer. Ouch, that should hurt. And shouldn't hair like flare up instantly when it gets burned? Oh boy. My, you really are a sharp one, It's a bit of a shame you chose to hand in your badge. I admit it, you're right on all accounts. And that's checkmate. Mine just checkmate. You knew that Kay wasn't the real murderer, and yet you still had her arrested. What's worse, you thought you could get away with it. Well, you won't. Not if I can help it. There you go with that naivete again, my boy. I guess that was always your problem. With the girl arrested and a conviction secured, this whole mess goes away, and that's what will happen. But whose interests does a conclusion like that serve? The committee's, I suppose. And mine. You know, listening to you just now, well, it really got the tears flowing, I have to say. It was poignant and heartfelt and sincere. And utterly infuriating. Look, I'm not perfect, I know that. But your lack of sophistication in these matters is beyond the pale. You insist that the truth is more important than anything else. But would you say the same if you knew what the real value of the truth is? What are you trying to say? When you get to my level, you don't uncover the truth. You make it little by little. Ooh, a little foreshadowing that Miles will be chief prosecutor down the line. Kay Faraday, murderer. That's the truth. The truth I created. Yes, my boy. That's what I like to see. You're so sincere sometimes it's painful. It just makes me want to put you in your place. Knowing the real truth will get you nowhere. Because that's how much it's worth. Nothing. Shocking, I know. But why not go after the real killer? How much do you even know about what really happened? You're still not getting it. That's your truth. And it's worthless, minus all that matters. You understand what I'm saying, don't you, Mr. X Prosecutor? I have all the power here. Curse you. Well, aren't you menacing? You and your little friend are just as bad as each other. Violent criminals who deserve to be locked up. You'll pay for this. And with that, yet another person disappears from my life. Oh, it just makes me want to cry and cry and cry. I'm not planning to disappear just yet, Chairman Winner. There's still the hearing later today. Just to wait. One way or another, I'll prove Kay's innocence to the world then. Okay, looking at the time, I think this is probably a good place to stop for the night. So, we'll make a save here. And we'll continue this on Thursday. Yeah. Alright, I would think that the rest of the case would probably eat up the entirety of Thursday, but hopefully we could finish this by Thursday. So, save and we'll do another save. New image. New image. Nice. Alright, that would be it for the night. So everyone, thank you very much for joining in. I really do appreciate it. Again, please do not forget to check out the socials. YouTube, if you're on YouTube, hi YouTube. You're simulcasting there right now, both in horizontal and vertical formats. And if you're on YouTube, yeah, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. If you are in Twitch and you are new here and enjoy content like this, consider giving the channel a follow. We would really appreciate it. Anyway, as for schedules, tomorrow I will be off and I will be back on Thursday. Hopefully we can finish this case and move on to the new case next week. Alright, and the rest of the socials as well, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Discord. So yeah. And yes, there will be a new video in YouTube tomorrow morning, my time, which will be in around 8 hours. 9 hours. 9 hours, yep. Anyway. Alright, let us find someone to raid then. Who is on tonight?
Coburn64 backseats with. Hi YouTube. Please like, comment and subscribe so Psycho can get a new pair of controllers. Or a 4K Ultra HD recording of them going out the window.
Alright, yeah, thanks. Thank you for that, Coburn. Alright, okay, you know what? Let's try to raid someone new. There is someone else playing this and is in the first case. So let's try to raid this this channel. Alright, the channel's name is not that one. My god, what the hell? Yeah, we'll raid Steak Shy Zuro. I don't know if it's Steak Shy or Takeshi. It's Steak Shy. Yeah, probably that's it. Yeah, let's raid them. They're doing case 1 of investigations 2. So yeah. Alright, I guess that's it. Anyway, everyone, thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day, rest of your night, and I will see you all next time. Bye.